Good morning, pilgrims. Today I'm going to continue my videos on the Camino Madrid. This day was May 11th, and we walked to Alcazaren. We tried to leave a little earlier, and we managed to be walking by 7 in the morning. The way, again, was really beautiful. The first 2 kilometers we passed through plowed fields, and soon again we were walking in the pine forest. Well, when you come out of the pine forest, you're going to be at a crossroad, and some arrows, say go straight, and some say go right. Either route will get you to Alcazaren, but if you go straight, you're going to walk in the hot sun. If you turn right, you're going to walk on the roadside for about a quarter kilometer, and then it'll turn off to the left. You'll cross a bridge, and then have a wonderful shady walk through pine forest all the way to Alcazaren. So that's the way we went. There are no fountains nor bars, so you need to bring food and water. The bar in the village before will make sandwiches para llevar, to go. It was 18 kilometers. It took exactly 5 hours. We stopped for a picnic halfway, so it's a really easy day. The walking was flat except for one small hill. My dog, sorry, it's my mom's dog, and she's still in bed, so the dog needed some attention. As we walked into town, we were met at the TI, the Tourist Info Center, by a really nice young guy named Victor, and he showed us around and escorted us to the brand new albergue. We passed one market, which closes at noon on Sunday. It was about 12:15, but the owner let us do some last-minute rush shopping while Victor waited for us. The albergue was really nice. It had 8 beds, a nice hot shower, a microwave and a fridge. There was no stove. There's an enclosed patio where you can dry laundry. We really liked it. There's free Wi-Fi at the TI, and I'm going to post some photos of the albergue for you. We had an ensalada mixta at the bar there, which was really, really good for dinner. And later that evening we met back up with Victor, and he took us on a tour of the village and the spectacular church, which is really not to be missed. A lot of people walk through and never see it, but you really should stop there. There's an interesting story about this church. For many, many years, in fact for generations, for as long as anyone living could remember, there was a tiny space behind the retablo, only big enough for tiny children to get through. So altar boys would go back there, and they often would talk about pictures and people behind the retablo, and people just thought these kids were joking around. But then one day they moved that retablo, and I can't remember why. It was for repair or cleaning, and what they found behind it was really something. So I'm going to post only one photo to give you a peek of what was found behind. But I have a lot of photos on my blog, on my web, my Blogspot blog. If you want to see the photos, you can go there and do a search on Alcazaren. But the best thing, I think, is just to go and see it for yourself. It's definitely worth a visit. You'll have to go to the TI and make arrangements because it's not left unlocked, so you need a private visit. But really, it's worth seeing if you can manage to get Victor or someone else to help you with a visit. So that's it. The next day, we went to Puente Duero, and I actually got lost. And let me see how long this video is. I may continue here, or I may do it in another video. Okay, this video is only 4 minutes long, so I think I can squeeze in the next section here. We got lost. We began early because of the heat. It was actually cold the first thing in the morning, so I was all wrapped up and sleepy-eyed. We stopped about an hour or two later for some breakfast. We had Maria's and oranges and yogurt. And the sun was just starting to come out. It felt so good. The walking was gorgeous. There was a riverside with picnic tables where we stopped for lunch. And pretty soon we were in Valdestillas. The walk through the town was nice. We found a bar and had a nice cold beer. There was a mosaic house, which was really cool. But then we reached the bridge, and when you reach this bridge, you need to pay attention. When you come out of Valdestillas, after you pass the train station, after you cross the bridge, there are going to be arrows going across the highway and into a forest, don't follow them. Those yellow fletches are wrong. There's one Milario with a very clear fleccia leading into the forest. Don't go that way. There's a tree with an old faded fleccia indicating a path circling the forest to the left. Don't go that way. Instead, look for fletches along the highway. We walked about 6 to 8 kilometers out of our way, and we were really, really tired. We stopped at a bar along the highway for a cold drink, and finally found our way back to the Camino. But what you need to do after you cross that bridge is turn left and stay on the highway. Follow those arrows. The albergue at Puente Duero was a really nice albergue. It was donativo. There was a wonderful garden area where you can pick your own salad. Our hospitalero was Arturo. I'm not sure if he owns the place or if he was just volunteering. There's no Wi-Fi there. There are 2 small markets and a cash machine, but you have to walk into town for those and then come back to the albergue. So I'd check into the albergue first and then go get your groceries. The rooms were tiny and the beds were close together, but it really was a beautiful, clean albergue, and we enjoyed it very much. So I'm going to post some photos, and the next day we're walking to Sigunuela. Okay, buen camino.